Have you ever wondered why life exists only on Earth? What are those special conditions that make our home a living planet? This fascinating question has baffled scientists and astronomers for decades. In this video, we are going to detail what makes Earth the perfect place so that life is possible and at the same time is so abundant. From its location in the Milky Way to natural cycles that we sometimes overlook, like that of water. Here's why our planet is so special. The perfect location. If there is something we all have in common, it is the desire to have the perfect house. When choosing it, we not only look at the house itself, we also look at other important things like the type of neighborhood it is in, that is, the country, the city, and what street it is located on. The same thing happens with the location of our planet. For comparison, the Milky Way galaxy would be Earth's country. The solar system, formed by the sun and its planets, would be the city, and the orbit or path that the Earth travels within the solar system would be the street. Thanks to advances in astronomy and physics, scientists have learned a great deal about the advantages of our special location in the universe. To begin with, our city, the solar system, is located in the ideal region of the Milky Way, neither too close nor too far from the center. This habitable zone, as astronomers call it, has the appropriate concentration of the chemical elements necessary for life. Beyond that, these elements are scarce. Further here, the neighborhood is extremely dangerous due to the abundance of lethal radiation and other factors. As Scientific American magazine says, we live in an exclusive sector. The ideal street. No less exclusive is the street, that is the orbit or trajectory that the Earth follows within our city. That is the solar system. It is about 93 million miles or 150 million kilometers from the sun, and it is located within the limits of an area ideal for the development of life, because there, the organisms neither freeze nor burn. Furthermore, because it is almost circular, it keeps us more or less at the same distance from the sun all year round. The sun, for its part, is the perfect power plant. It is stable, has the ideal size, and releases the exact amount of energy. It is rightly said that it is a very special star. The ideal neighbor. Our perfect house would not be possible without good neighbors. If we had to choose a neighbor for the Earth, we would not find a better one than the Moon. Its diameter measures just over a quarter of that of the Earth. Therefore, compared to other moons in our solar system, ours is exceptionally large relative to its host planet, Earth. What do you think? Mere coincidence? Think about this. The Moon is the main cause of ocean tides, so vital to the planet's ecology. Furthermore, its presence stabilizes the orientation of the Earth's axis. Without its custom-made satellite, our planet would wobble like a top, and perhaps even tip over and spin while lying down. The changes that would occur in climate and tides, among others, would be catastrophic. Perfect tilt and rotation. It would be great if our dream house maintained an ideal temperature throughout the year. It's amazing that our planet Earth can do this. It has an inclination of approximately 23.5 degrees, which gives rise to the annual cycle of the different seasons. It moderates temperatures and allows a wide variety of climatic zones. Something that is also perfect is the length of day and night, which is the result of the speed of rotation of the Earth around its axis. If it were much slower, the days would be longer, and the side of the planet facing the sun would burn, while the other half would simply freeze. On the contrary, if the Earth rotated much faster, the days would be shorter, perhaps a few hours, and incessant hurricane winds and other very damaging phenomena would be generated. Protective shields of the Earth. It would be great if our perfect home had some type of security to keep us safe from the dangers that may come from outside. Space is a dangerous place because of the lethal radiation and meteoroids that constantly fly through it. Despite this, our blue planet travels through this galactic target shooting booth without suffering hardly any damage, thanks to the fact that it is shielded by a powerful magnetic field and a custom-made atmosphere. The core or center of the Earth is a rotating cast iron sphere, which creates a huge, powerful magnetic field that extends many miles into space. This field acts as a shield that protects us from the direct impact of cosmic radiation, also from the potentially lethal forces that emanate from the sun. Among these dangers are the solar wind, which consists of a constant flow of energy particles. Also solar eruptions, which in minutes release energy equivalent to that produced by the detonation of billions of hydrogen bombs, and explosions in the corona, or outermost layer of the sun, which expel billions of tons of matter into space. there are visible signs that remind us of the protection that the Earth's magnetic field offers us. For example, solar flares and explosions in the sun's corona produce intense polar auroras, colorful, luminous phenomena observed in the upper atmosphere near the Earth's magnetic poles. The Earth's atmosphere. This gaseous envelope not only allows us to breathe, but also offers us extra protection. One of its layers, the stratosphere, is characterized by the presence of a variant of oxygen called ozone, which absorbs up to 99% of ultraviolet rays. Thus, the ozone layer protects the many forms of life on Earth from harmful radiation, from plankton, on which we depend for the production of much of our oxygen, to us human beings. The level of stratospheric ozone is not fixed, but varies depending on the intensity of ultraviolet radiation. So, the ozone layer constitutes an effective and dynamic shield. The atmosphere also defends us from the daily bombardment of millions of objects from space, ranging from very fine particles to gigantic rocks. The vast majority catch fire when entering it, causing luminous flashes known as meteors. Earth's shields, however, do not block the passage of radiation necessary for life, such as the heat and light that we can see. The atmosphere even contributes to thermal distribution on the Earth's surface, and at night it serves as a blanket to slow the escape of heat into space. The atmosphere and magnetic field of the Earth are true wonders that man does not yet fully understand. The same is true of the cycles that sustain life. But, what do you think? Is it just coincidence that our planet is protected by two dynamic shields? Natural cycles which allow life. If our precious house were left without pure air and water, and the sewage system was clogged, it would be impossible to live in it. If we did so, we could get sick and die. Now our planet is self-sufficient. It is not, for example, like a restaurant where fresh food and other supplies are brought in from outside, and the garbage is taken away by a truck. Pure air and water, which are essential for life, do not come to us from outer space, nor do we send our garbage there. So how does the Earth stay healthy and habitable? Through natural cycles, such as water, carbon, oxygen, and nitrogen. Water cycle. Water is essential for life. If we are deprived of it, we die within a few days. Pure, fresh water is distributed in nature, following a cycle that includes 3 stages. Firstly, due to the heat of the sun, water evaporates and rises into the atmosphere. 2. This water, clean of impurities, condenses and forms clouds. And number 3, the clouds fall to the ground in the form of rain, snow, or hail. And thus, the cycle is completed. How much water is recycled each year? It is estimated that enough to cover the Earth's surface to a height of nearly 1 meter, over 2.5 feet, each year. Carbon and oxygen cycle. It is well known that to live you must breathe. That is, inhale oxygen and expel carbon dioxide. With so many billions of people and animals doing the same thing, how come we don't run out of oxygen and fill the atmosphere with carbon dioxide? The key is in the oxygen cycle. Through a fascinating process called photosynthesis, plants absorb the carbon dioxide that we exhale and use it, along with the energy provided by sunlight, to produce carbohydrates and oxygen. Just what we need to breathe. The cycle ends when we breathe in the oxygen. All this production of pure air and carbohydrates by plants is carried out in a clean, efficient, and silent way. Cycle of nitrogen. Life on Earth also depends on the production of organic molecules such as proteins. The formation of these molecules requires nitrogen. Fortunately, this gas makes up 78% of the atmosphere. Lightning and bacteria convert nitrogen into compounds that can be absorbed by plants. Plants incorporate these compounds into their tissues in the form of organic molecules, which are passed to herbivorous animals when ingested. Finally, when plants and animals die, bacteria break down the nitrogenous compounds in them. During the process, nitrogen is released, which is returned to the soil and the atmosphere, thus closing the cycle. Perfect recycling system. Man, with all his technology, generates countless tons of non-recyclable toxic waste every year. The Earth, on the other hand, perfectly recycles all its waste through very original chemical processes. In conclusion, the Earth is simply perfect for life. It is located in a privileged position in the Milky Way and in our solar system, with an orbit, inclination, and rotation speed that allow life as we know it. Also, its unique moon, along with its magnetic field and atmosphere, act as protective shields. The Earth's natural cycles replenish and purify our air and water reserves, creating an environment conducive to life. While some argue that all of these life-friendly characteristics were simply lucky coincidences, others think that just as our perfect house needs a designer, our planet Earth is too perfect and must be the result of an intelligent designer. But what is your opinion? Don't forget to leave it in the comments box. I hope you learned something new from this video. Please don't forget to like and share it with your friends. See you next time, astronauts signing off.